Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Ciao, Salaam, Namaste. Peace to all. Ours is not a better way. Ours is simply another way. And what we're going to be talking about is simply about celebrating sex. When we talk about sex, most of the time it's given a bad name for religious reasons or for marriage reasons or whatever it is. And most people would be shocked to know that none of those things truly matter. Because the question is, who told you that? And most people would say maybe some friend, somebody out there had told you that information. So you're given this information from somebody maybe you know, maybe a friend, maybe someone you met at a business, maybe someone in your religious background, whatever it is. We're usually just taught that immediately. But the truth about that is, celebrating sex is to celebrate how much you love yourself, in a sense. And when we talk about the self, it's much more than just you, but the oneness of everybody around you. The beauty of that oneness of the self. Most people have a hard time celebrating that, or thinking to celebrate that, because it doesn't feel like something that's right. But the question would be, if it wasn't right, then why was it put here in the first place? It's much more than just to reproduce. It's much more than just to have children and then just to be done with it, in a sense. Because if that was the case, it would have been like an on and off button. It would have just simply turned itself on one day and you had your fun maybe here and there and turned itself off. Whether it be to have sexual contact with someone else or to masturbate, in a sense, masturbating in its own form is pretty much showing how much you love yourself. There's so many people who don't love themselves for who they are because of what someone said in their life or their past. And many of us don't get that chance to love ourselves in that way. And that's one perfect factor of loving you truly as yourself. No matter what anyone thinks, no matter what people say or anything, but to love you for you, because you deserve that. So many people in the media, especially because of what's shown in the media of what sex should be and what it shouldn't, you have a lot of people who have pent up anger. Hence how you get to rape or anything. When we talk about, let's say, for example, I was watching a documentary a few years back about a tribe in South America. And I never thought about it until later on, probably this year and last year, how tribes like that don't have the same issues that you see in more populated areas where there's more people, more cities and everything, and yet as well as more crimes. In fact, the crimes were pretty much reduced because they shared everything with each other, including sex, in a sense. Now, this isn't to say you have to be that way, but I did find it very interesting because of the simple fact that they were letting go of whatever they felt. That energy, that sexual energy, was taken in. The energy we have sexually is the reason why it becomes pent-up aggression or a feeling of need of power. And when you feel that way, or even if it's not you, but anyone, when we talk about on the news, there's a cause for all those things. It's because of the simple cycle of what we show on the media and many other things in our life around us, our own culture, that is the cause of why most people feel that way, and it's also as well as the cause for why we have so many crimes that are self-destructive to people because of such pent-up aggressions, especially sexually. If we were more willing, in a sense, if men were more willing to be more listening, as well as women more open, it would benefit all of us in a sense. And of course, in order to do that, you must evolve yourself and willing to grow that. And it starts with loving you first. I'm not saying just go out there and do it, but to love yourself first is to understand it fully for yourself. Like I said, I go and meditate all the time. I go out into nature. And the love I give to other people is because I love myself so much. When you're willing to give that love back to somebody else, whether it be relationship-wise, whether it be whatever it is out there, when you're willing to give that to someone else, out of the purest kindness of your heart, because of the simple fact of how much you love yourself, not because of anything else, or simply you've gotten over what's happened in your life and you're evolving, you're more conscious of that, it will grow you as a person to love yourself. When, in my experience, I used to think of that stuff, like I said, for many, I just heard it from other people. And my religion, it was constantly taught. And I always thought that I needed to wait. And of course I didn't. And I felt bad and guilty about something that I didn't really need to feel guilty about. But it was all I knew. When I grew that within me and loved myself after that, whether it be through sex, masturbation, whatever it is, it's the simple fact of growing and loving yourself for who you are, because you deserve that. You deserve to love yourself more than anything. And in growing that, you might have different pleasures besides sex as you grow. It's an evolutionary chain. From just sex alone, you might grow into something more pleasurable. There are things that are more pleasurable to me personally at times besides sex, because I'm evolving. And think of it like your favorite dessert. You have your dessert, it's on a plate or in a bowl. It's right there. And you love that type of dessert, but you've just simply had enough. It's not that you don't want any more, and it's not that you don't indulge and enjoy it, but you've just simply had enough. So celebrating sex for what it is and loving yourself. There's nothing wrong with a woman who wants to have sex with men, and there's nothing wrong with men wanting to have sex with women or any sense, but we give it a bad rap, which is the cause of why you have so many crimes, so many people with pent-up aggression, so many people who have a hard time expressing themselves to people just to be in a relationship. And when you're growing that and loving yourself in that way and understanding that, even before the sex, just loving yourself to understand that and grow that, the energy between you, those two people, will be much more than you could ever imagine. So grow that inside you. Celebrate it. Because you are love at its highest form. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate who you are, the beauty of who you are, the God, the goddess, the creator within yourself, because you deserve that more than anything in this world. No matter what anybody tells you, know the beauty within yourself. How amazing you are. Take the time to really love yourself for you. and celebrate that. Celebrate your beauty, your body, your sexiness, your handsomeness. Whatever it is, celebrate it. Because when you grow that, you grow your own love in. And as you grow that, you can give that to another. No matter who you are, no matter what society has told you or anything, you have to do your own research and love yourself. And enjoy yourself. Because this is an experience of a lifetime. You are a human being. You are a human just being. Like we were talking last time, of beingness. You're just using that beingness as a human. In this experience. Enjoy what you have. And know how amazing you are, that you are the gods, the goddesses, and creators of this world. And to know thyself is to know the creator within. So to everybody out there, have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. Namaste.